Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. So tonight, it's really my pleasure to be here to share with you something in mind, body, and spirit. And today, what I'm going to do is provide something of value and kind of covers all the categories. It's definitely going to cover the body. It's going to cover the mind and actual spirituality as well. So hang in to the end, and I will cover all of them for you. So welcome here tonight in summer. It's a great night. I hope that it's great wherever you are as well. My name is Joanne Lysiak, and I'm a lifestyle and mindset coach, a life transformation coach at Empower Coaching Network. And I work with entrepreneurs. I work with people that are here to impact others, impact the world. They have a message they want to share and get out there. And I help them unlock their fullest potential so that they can live their dreams. I help them ignite their passion, because that's what the fuel is to get your dreams and to live your dreams. And then finally, I help you to tap into your intuition, where the magic happens, right? You get all the inspired action, you get all the great ideas, you take action, and you're in the groove, you're in the vortex, as Abraham says. So tonight, I'm going to share something with you. This happened like last weekend. So first of all, what I want to share is anybody that's here tonight live, if you would put your name in and where you're from. And then if you're here on the replay, if you would put your name and also put in replay too, because I'd really like to know that you're here for the replay, and any comments that you have and questions, because I do get back and I can answer any questions. So tonight, I'm going to talk about something. A friend asked me this question. It's a friend that I've known for 20 years. And so he's seen me, in social situations, and we've been friends for quite a long time. So he came up to me at an event that we were at on Saturday night, and he said, I have to ask you something. I have to ask you this. He said, you've always looked really young. He goes, but you got to tell me what you're doing now, because you look exceptionally younger than I've ever seen you. He says, what are you doing? Now, he thought that I went to Switzerland, or I had some, work done as far as, the cell work done, or vitamin C, intravenous. He even thought that I had something far out procedure done, right? So that they can replace your stem cells or something. And I said, no, actually, I'll tell you what I have been doing. So I want to share with you tonight what I'm doing. This is actually, anti-aging, which I don't like to say anything anti, because then you call that in. And so for me, it's not about aging. It's always about being youthful and feeling incredible. So I want to kind of put that disclaimer. I say anti-aging just because people know what that is, but really, I don't do anti-aging. I do staying youthful and dynamic. So I'm going to share with you what I told him. First of all, what I've been doing is I am a mindset and life transformation coach, and I help my clients in mind, body, and spirit, as I said. But I have been trained as a certified nutritionist. I'm also an applied kinesiologist and energy worker. I'm an energy worker, a master best practitioner. So I cover kind of all the gamuts, and I really am a wellness and detox expert. So what I told him is that I live a healthy lifestyle. I just do. I've been doing that for many years, but I live a healthy lifestyle. But one of the things that I've been doing for the last 2 years, my habit is I've always juiced, but I took it to another level. So I told him that I've been juicing pretty much every day. When I'm in town, I pretty much juice every day. And I do fresh pressed juices that I make myself, and they're vegetable juices, and I have maybe a green apple in there. And I do that every single day. And if if I don't do every single day, then I'll do 5 days if I'm, on a roll and I can't really get to the juicing. So I've been doing that, and that's made a profound impact. I told them I also do a lot of raw food. Now, I'm not a raw food enthusiast where that's all I do is eat raw food. But what I mean by that is it's really important that you do raw something every day, meaning a green smoothie that has minimal fruit, and it's low glycemic fruit like blueberries or maybe cherries, strawberries, maybe throw in a little bit of banana, even mango. But you put a lot of protein powders in there, vegan protein powders. And then you also put in a lot of vegetables. Like I put in a lot of spinach, or I put in a lot of kale, or even chard, baby chard, things like that, and you put that in your green smoothie. Or And sometimes I have a salad that I make, and it's a fresh salad that I make, especially now because I have a garden, so I can go into the garden. But I told him it's really important to do raw every day, because that's where you have the enzymes, that's where you have the nutrients, that's where you have the vitamins. And so if you want to be really youthful in your mind and in your body and in your spirit, you've got to take care of your body. You've got to do the right things, and your body wants nutrients. It doesn't want processed food. There's nothing in there that feeds your body. So all of the chips and all of the processed and the packaged foods really doesn't have nutrients in it. We call it dead food. What you want is raw, live food. And the closer to it being from the earth, the better. So for instance, if I'm going to have a super salad that is high vibe, I'm going to go to the garden. I'm going to pick the salad, which I just did today, and I'm going to have my salad today. So after I do my live here, I'm going to have my salad. Now it's high vibe because I just picked it. It's literally from the garden to my plate. That's the best way to get nutrients. So what is that doing for you? You are giving yourself high vibe food. You are an energy being, and you are putting in energy fuel in your body. So that is going to make you very youthful. If you do juicing, that is the best way to get the most nutrients. We're supposed to have 4 to 6 cups of vegetables a day with a minimal amount of fruit. Well, if you have a green smoothie, you get about 3 in that, just in that. And then you do, a salad, and you do a smoothie and a fresh pressed juice, which has another 3 cups, and you're getting like 8 cups of vegetables a day. So that's really going to keep you very youthful and really give you dynamic health. The other thing that I told him is that I literally have a mantra that I've been saying for many, many, many years, and that is that I'm getting younger and more beautiful every day. That's what I put in my head, because what's important is, what do you feed your mind? You've got to, first of all, you got to take care of your brain. That's number one. You've got to give it the nutrients. So I told him I take B vitamins, I take my B12, I take my Max B, I take DHA every day, I take D3 every day. Those are my staple that I take every day. And then I use superfood powders. I use kelp every day in my smoothie. I'll use hemp, or I'll use chia seeds. I'll use green powders every day. So I put that in. So I'm loading myself with all kinds of nutrition. So I've got probably high doses of high vibe food. And that is, you're feeding yourself live enzymes, live nutrients. That's what's going to keep you really youthful. So it's the mindset too, saying things like, I am getting younger and beautiful every day. I am feeling more youthful. I am looking great. That's feeding your mind. And what you say to yourself, you're going to get. If you look in the mirror and you're complaining about, oh my God, I got a wrinkle here, I got a wrinkle there, then you're going to get more of that. And that's not going to help you stay youthful. So the mindset is the next piece that I told him, is that, I really feed myself good stuff in my mind. I'm always reading really positive books. This is one of my books that I'm reading now, which I absolutely love, in this Conversation with God. And book 1, love it, love it, love it. That's very uplifting, so that's really making me positive, and that's helping me also my mind, body, and spirit. Now, the last thing that I told him, which I didn't really touch on a whole lot with him because we were at a social event and it was going to be too long to explain to him, but it's really the mindset piece, but it's very spiritual, and that is clearing my blocks. I've been doing that on a regular basis for years. I've been in this area as an energy worker for about 8 years now, and I've been clearing myself and working on myself by letting go of the stuff that doesn't serve me. The patterns, the programs, the false beliefs, the emotional triggers, the things that I'm holding on to that I didn't forgive myself or I didn't forgive other people. So doing that probably is the biggest ever. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others is going to free you, lighten you up, and you're just going to look more youthful, because all of this these negative emotions, these patterns that don't serve you, they're really heavy energy. It's like dark, gunky, heavy energy that's in your field. And so it's really weighing you down. So it is impacting your physiology. It's impacting the way you look. It's impacting the way you think. It's impacting you on every level, cellular, and it's impacting you energetically, and it's impacting you spiritually. Because if you want to evolve your soul, you've got to get rid of the stuff, the emotional baggage. You've got to get rid of it. That's the way to get to your level of spirituality and high level of consciousness, to eliminate the stuff that is holding you back. Because all of this, the unforgiveness, the old patterns, the negative triggers, the emotions, that is keeping you from evolving your soul. So when you lighten that up and you clear, you release it, you get lighter, brighter, and you feel better. So that's what I do for myself. And that has really been helping me just feel great. I mean, I feel amazing. I'm riding my bike all the time. I'm dancing. I do activities all the time, so I told them I do all these things. It's not just one thing, but I haven't had stem cell, replacement. I haven't had any of that. I'd love to, but I haven't. But I'm just really caring for myself, mind, body, and spirit. And you've got to do all three. This is what I teach my clients. It is mind, it is body, and it is spirit. You are here as a physical being for a temporary physical experience, but you are a spiritual being. So you are predominantly a spiritual being, and you're here for a temporary physical experience, but you have a body. So you're in a body. So you've got to take care of it. You've got to do what is right for the body here, right? At this time, space, and reality. Got to do that. But then you have a mind, and it's important for you to feed your mind as good as you feed your body. So you've got to do that. Who's here today? Oh, hi there, German. How are you? Good to have you here. I'm just talking about staying youthful and being youthful in your appearance, your mind, body, and your spirit. So you got to feed your mind the positive. You've got to feed it the good, high vibe, youthfulness, not the dark, heavy stuff. You got to let that stuff go. You got to forgive. You got to peel the layers, the onion, and just let them go. And that'll help you get to the place where you evolve your soul and you lighten the load, because that is what's really holding you back. You want to discover who you really are, who is really who you are, get to the core of it, and that'll make a huge, huge difference. So as far as how I can help you with this is I can really help you get the stuff out. I can help you mind, body, and spirit. I can help you with any of your health challenges or issues or any, lifestyle, issues that you may have, or to get you on the right track. But I really work with people with the mindset, because that's what's stopping you from taking care of yourself. That's from stopping you from feeding the mind and body, is all of these programs and patterns. So I'll help you do that. And so I use an energetic technique to help you do that with my clients. After we work together, my clients always tell me it's automatic. They say the same thing. They're lighter, they're brighter, they feel better, they're positive, they can see new opportunities. They don't have that emotional trigger anymore. That emotional heaviness isn't there. Hi, German. How are you? Can I help you with anything? You're fantastic. Good. I love to hear that. If you have any questions, throw some questions in for me. I'd love to answer some questions. So any questions on mind, body, spirit, as far as, emotional baggage, or just really what we're talking about is being youthful and being dynamic health. Any of that, I can answer any questions there. So when we're done clearing, that's what they say. They're lighter, they're brighter, they see more opportunities. They don't have that heaviness. They don't have that feeling anymore. They don't have anything getting in the way that was stopping them before. So let's just say that something was stopping them from contacting customers. Now they're able to contact customers. They don't have that heaviness anymore. They're able to do videos now. If you're, like a coach and you've got to do some videos or some programs, you're able to do that. You're able to connect more. You're able to have better relationships. You can, bring in more money. You're allowing the money in. There's so many different things that happen to clients that have had the clearing. But they've transformed. There's some major things. A lot of people come with issues about money. That's pretty typical because, it just is on the planet. We have money issues for sure. We haven't been trained how to really think about money and work with money. But we also have emotional stuff about money. There's just a lot of attachments. So I help people really clear that. And because that's really what I do, is the clearing, the mindset piece. And then I help you rewire your brain so that you can feed it what's important to get you where you want to go. That's super important. The mindset piece is huge. So entrepreneurs, just know that, the challenges that you may have in business aren't necessarily skill-based. In fact, they're probably not skill-based. They're about your programs and your patterns and your beliefs. You're believing whether you can do something, your belief that you're effective, your belief that you can make a certain income, your belief that you're good enough to be on stage, the belief that you're good enough to be successful on YouTube. These are the things that are stopping you. So when I work with entrepreneurs, I really want to communicate that with them, that message, because I just know, my own experience being in coaching groups, I see so many women just going through the same thing, spinning their wheels, really struggling and emotionally just struggling. And they get sick usually. They usually have to take a break. I've seen a lot of women have to take a break because they've been sick because of the stress and these things coming up. So if you can clear this stuff, you're not going to have that. You still have to do the actions, but you're not going to have that emotional stuff, which is what's really making you sick and causing the struggle and the fear and the uneasiness. So that's what I really want to communicate with women and men, entrepreneurs, is that get rid of that. And your life is going to be so much easier. Because do you really want to struggle? I mean, I don't think anybody here wants to struggle. I don't think there's anybody that says, yeah, I want to struggle. I want to have a hard time being an entrepreneur. I want, I want money challenges. No, you don't. But you've got to get to the core of it. And that's it. Because otherwise you're just going to keep doing it over and over again. And it's going to keep coming back the same patterns because you haven't done anything to change them. So you got to change them. So if you are interested in changing and doing the mindset piece and to do the clearing and to do the rewiring, I am going to do this again. I did it actually this week. I'm doing it again next week on Thursday. I'm offering a special 1 hour. It's going to be probably 1 hour to 75 minutes clearing session. And we're going to do clearing, emotional clearing, and we're going to do some coaching to rewire your brain. And we're going to do that on a live Zoom webinar platform. And reach out to me and I will get you the link for this to register for it. And it's a very small fee. It's a $29 fee. That's it. I wanted to do a really low price fee so that people can join in. There's nothing that'll hold you back. The price will not hold you back, so that you can experience it. And then when you experience it, you'll know whether you want to go forward, do more work to get more of your blocks out, because it's a process. It's a process. So let me check in here. The key is to be in unison with our mind, body, and our eternal being. What book would you recommend, the subject of this internal being that lives in our physical body? This is the book I'm reading now, and it's Conversations with God. And it's Conversations with God, book 1. It's amazing. I don't know if you've read this one. It's really great. It's a very deep book. I have to read it over and over and over again before I can move on, because it's really deep. I mean, there's a lot of thought-provoking material in here. And so I have to keep going, wait a minute, let me think about this. What's coming up? And so this has been really helpful for me. This is great. And I love Abraham Hicks too. So anything from Abraham Hicks, The Vortex, Law of Attraction, or the one that I'm reading now too is Money. I think it's Money and the Law of Attraction. No, Money, Abundance, and the Law of Attraction. That is really great too, because they talk about your eternal being. That's what Abraham talks about. So I like anything in the series of Abraham Hicks is also my favorites. And then there's some amazing other books out there too. It's like As a Man Thinketh is a great book. So there's so many. So what book do you like? What do you like? Oh, you haven't read it? Good. Yeah, I love recommending this book to people because it's a life changer. The other one, let's see. I would say the Abraham Hicks books probably be ones I would recommend in that area. I would absolutely recommend in that area. So who else is here? Cosette, hi, how are you? Good to have you here. Let's see. What happens when you go off the wagon food-wise, exercise-wise, and alcohol-wise suddenly? I have read and YouTubed and meditated forever. You know what? We all have our things that pop up. You know, you could be doing really, really, really well, and then something triggers you. I mean, I went through some stuff just recently because I'm going on a very deep spiritual path right now. I'm doing a lot of spiritual work, and it really was, I was not expecting it to be like this, where it's just like some days it was like, wow, I'm just feeling just so low. It's days like that that you've got to really pull in the big guns, and you've got to really do the things to really elevate you and make you feel better. You know, food is so important because, Cosette, with the food impacts your mood because it's the chemical process in your body as well. So do what you can to eat some really good food so that you can elevate your mood and feel better, and then change your physiology. That's another important thing to do, is to get out in nature. Nature's my favorite thing to do. Get out in nature, walk, just walk, and you'll feel better. Look at all the beauty there, because take your mind off of what's going on and go there. Sometimes you have to shake things up. If you've been meditating for a long time, there's so many different ways to meditate, and I'm not a meditation expert. I'm not going to profess that because, you know, I still consider myself, you know, really at an intermediate level on it, and I'm just exploring. But there's certain ways that I meditate that just doesn't seem to work for me, and others work better. There's also some great things on YouTube that you can elevate with meditation when it's a certain hertz that works really well. But that's what I would say, is really try to elevate your mood by eating some good foods, because that totally is a mood thing. It's very related to that. And watch sugar, for sure. Eliminate the sugar, because that is people think that the sugar makes you high, which it does, but it makes you so low, and it takes you into a really deep dive. And it's not a fun place to be in the deep dive when you go low like that, because it throws you off. And that's another thing that makes you actually old. Let me throw that in there too. Sugar ages you, ladies and men. So as long as we're talking anti-aging tonight, I've got to say that sugar, we're talking processed sugar, because, you know, sugar from fruit is a different thing, because it's low glycemic, and, you know, unless you're eating just tons and tons and tons of fruit, but typically it's low glycemic, and you're able to stabilize, especially when you're doing proteins in like a green smoothie. But sugar itself does age you. It really does. It creates free radical damage, which creates wrinkles, and it makes your skin lose elasticity as well. So you really want to be aware of that. I've got a few more comments here, so let me see here what else I can answer. Speaking of conversations with God, last night I discovered Conversations with Neil on Amazon Prime. He talks to people in the audience and helps them stop resisting. He also made a movie based on the book, targeted towards children. Yeah, he's amazing. I saw him recently, a few months back actually, and that's why I'm totally on a kick with him, because I was very moved by him in the audience. You know, it was a full day seminar. I was really moved by him. And so I grabbed the book when I came home, and I love the book. I've been taking the book like out every night and reading it, but it does take a while to read it, because it's really meaty. Okay. Thank you. That is what I usually do. Last week, I have lost it. Likely family problems are a trigger. I listened to Abraham and all of that. Thanks again. Cosette, you're welcome. But I would say, you know, just do all the good things that are really important, and do things to make you happy, because you've got to elevate yourself at that point. You know, listen to some great stuff on YouTube, listen to some great people, get yourself to a really good place, and really watch your diet, what you're eating. Get out in nature, because nature's a really happy place, great vibration. Get into the high vibe. That's important as well. All right. And finally, food and proper rest will get your blood flowing walking and some form of exercise will help charge to a more positive outlook and life perspective. Yes, walking is very underrated. It's one of the best exercises out there. You know, you could walk at a slower pace, walking at a faster pace, you know, looking long distance, looking at everything. It's very uplifting. You know, it's really great to do. Another thing I want to throw out, I do this in my my mindfulness class, and I was studying with Donna Eden, who's a big energy instructor, teacher, expert. She's amazing. I studied with her. I took her program. And so the energy exercise is another really good thing to do to uplift you and balance you. You can find it on YouTube. If you just key in Donna Eden daily energy routine, that's another thing that'll really balance your energy. We are energy beings. This is like another topic that I can have on another YouTube, but we're energy beings, right? And nobody talks about balancing your energy. That's why I love being an energy worker, because we are energy. We got to balance our energy. You know, I was working with my mom last week. She had shoulder problems. And so I was doing energy work on her. And I said, oh my God, if you could feel the energy that is moving in your body right now, you're so tense. You're so wired. You're so tense. I balanced her energy and she felt better. She's like, the pain is dissipating. It's hardly there. And it was intense. And then I worked on her the next day and she's like, yeah, it's not there anymore. So we have to balance our energy. We are energy beings. We're spiritual beings. We're energy beings. And we're in a physical body. So we've got to balance it all. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some great information here. And if you would just share a comment on what you got out of this, and actually anything I can help you on my next Facebook Live, my live stream. I'm going to be doing so many more of these. Again, it's mind, body, and spirit. That is my focus, to help you integrate all three so that you can live the life of your dreams, be absolutely happy, be fulfilled, and have an abundant life. So thank you for being here again, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you next week. Bye.